Good morning. Good morning, yogis. Afternoon, evening, depending on where you are. Welcome. Go ahead and find the chat. I am excited for today's class. I look forward to this all day. It's like the best. So I'm closing out everything, getting our audio set up. Perfecto. Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome. Sarah, Michelle, I feel like I just talked to you. Let's get our second camera. All right. Here it is. How are you guys feeling? How are you feeling? Hi, Sarah. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Walter. Let's get that down. Are you guys excited for today? So we're gonna do full body, but I would love to know if you have any requests and if you want it to be like more of a workout or more like yin, because I have like a set of poses we're gonna do, but I can make the whole practice more intense or less. So Michelle is tight. Yes, I've heard that. Let me get my second camera. I have heard that you're tight. I also know that we're going to unravel that tightness, my love. Hey, there's me from a different angle. Let's get the whole mat. There, how's that look? Workout, yeah, that's what I was kind of feeling. Workout. We're gonna. I think it'll be nice because yesterday we did yin. Yeah. Well, I want to work on some alignment-based stuff as everyone's arriving. I'm here early, so we're gonna work on some alignment-based stuff and some therapeutics. So specifically, I've noticed that people have a lot of like tightness in the hips and hamstrings, and in the shoulders because there's a lot of stress in the world now. So we're gonna address all of that today and enlighten up. Hi, Josefa. Welcome, welcome. I like this noon time because normally I'm teaching early, so it's really nice the noon time because I get to have a bit of a lazy morning, which is rare. It's a rarity. Welcome, Lorena. Welcome. Go ahead and find the chat, guys. If you have any pose requests or area of the body, go ahead. We'll go like an hour 15, hour and a half today. And if there's anything that you want, I can work it in for sure. So just find the chat and let me know. Hello, Rivki. I love you. Aw, are you here in Miami, Rivki? Barbara, nice to see you. I'm having so much fun right now. I love like seeing everybody show up, and it's like my community. Even though like we're opening up a little bit in Miami, I am still inside all the time. Hello, Ursula. So this is like my socialization, I guess. Even though I don't even see you guys, I just like see the name and I'm like, oh. Yes. Rivki, come by the house. Come visit me. So Rivki has some amazing pants from India, which everyone can buy after I buy. So I want you to come by and bring your cool pants because I need a hello, Ursula. Ursula, are you still up in the Alps? Are you still up in the Alps? Or are you back down in Zurich? So yes, Rivki, from WhatsApp, the link from WhatsApp. We had dueling links again today. I tried to catch everybody. Thanks. I'm not always the best at links. Hello, buen dia. Gisela, wow. So good to see you. Still up in the mountains. Hello, Maria. Hello. Wow. I like these. So what do you guys think about this time for Saturdays? Is this a good practice time? Like a lot of times I have courses lately, so I haven't been able to do the Saturday community class, but do you like this 12, I guess it's 11 in Peru and 6 in Switzerland? I feel like it's a good time for like the community to kind of, I feel like it's a good time. What do you guys think? Do you like this time? I'm just, Buen dia, Walter. Yeah, perfect time. In Europe, it's not so good on, oh, that's right. It's Saturday. That's true. I understand. It's good in the States because it's not so early, but in Europe, probably you're going to be going out to a discotheque soon. Yeah, an hour earlier would be, okay, 10 or 11, okay, cool. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I'm always trying to figure out the best time because my life is pretty timeless. It revolves all around teaching you guys and kind of showing up for this. So I'm going to give it like one more minute to just see, because people are just joining, they're arriving, and then we'll begin. Okay, so pose requests, my loves. Do you have any requests for specific poses? We're going to be looking at alignment and some therapeutic stuff today, so you'll feel really amazing. But are there any requests? Is like shoulders tight, lower back? 10 is a great start time. Okay. Okay, so 10. Tomorrow I have it would be 8 a.m. in Peru, 9 a.m. in Eastern Standard Time. We're doing a short yoga sequence and then journaling where we look at different sacred texts from the Bible. So it's a new project I'm doing. That's tomorrow morning. You are welcome to join. It'll actually be really good. It's really good. Like we have really good material, and we begin to look at how to apply spiritual spinal kriyas. I like the way you think, Gisela. I like it. I'll put some in there. Yep. Spinal kriyas are amazing. Yeah, you fell in love with them. Yeah, let Laura know about the link. We had like she had the wrong link, I think, for that one thing. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so are you guys ready to begin? Are you guys ready to begin? Yes, yes. Talk to me, guys. This is my social hour. I'm not charging for this class, so be with me. This is like, be with me. Oh, Joanna, I didn't even see you show up. Hello, my dear. Joanna is an amazing filmmaker from Peru. I watched her one movie on Netflix the other night, and it gave me like, it took me so back to Lima because a lot of it's shot in Lima. I just loved it. All right, my dears, so we're going to begin seated. Come to a comfortable seated position. Okay, rest your hands on your knees, and let's start warming up our spine. We're going to do a quick round of spinal kriyas so we get the spine feeling fluid. Begin to move in circles. Let your hands rest on your knees and direct the sensation into the lumbar spine and the sacrum. So nice and low. Just let yourself move with it. Keep going. I'm going to check my audio real quick, make sure. Let's get this. Keep moving, guys. Oh, I knew it. It auto set me lower. There we go. Now I think I probably sound better. That's it. Keep moving. Flow. And other direction. Flow the other way. Flow the other way. And be playful with it. Let your head move. Let your shoulders move. Just get some free spinning movement and unlock your lumbar spine. Because I don't know about you guys, but I spend a lot of time like sitting, teaching on computers, and this like lower back area can get a bit compressed. That's it. Keep moving. Few more times. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Come back to center. Inhale, fill your lungs with air. Take your arms over your head. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, release. Now I want you to inhale fully, hold the breath, and make some fists. Preparatory pranayama. Inhale fully. And exhale. Very good. Hands rest on your knees. And with the next exhale, round your back, lean back. And with the inhale, arch up. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Now begin to move as fast as you comfortably can. So this is similar directional mobility as we do in cat and cow, except here we can make it a little bit more vigorous. So begin to move. If your neck is feeling funky, you can leave the head in neutral, not taking it up or down. You decide, but begin to move as fast as you can. With the exhale, my elbows go out and I round. The inhale, they come in. Superheating the spine. So I'm showing you guys how to use Spinal Kriyas as a warm-up. So we're doing a shorter version of Spinal Kriyas, and we're including in them preparatory pranayamas, which makes it super fun, super playful, super fast, and super effective. A few more times. Inhale fully, exhale, and it'll be a quick breath. If you're moving fast, you're going to be inhaling and exhaling rapidly. Excellent. With your next inhale, arms come up, inhale up, hold the breath. Exhale, release the hands down. Next preparatory pranayama will be open palms. So you're going to inhale fully and hold the breath, hold it here, and then inhale. And exhale. I am already sweating. I don't know about you guys. It's impressive how fast the Kriyas and preparatory pranayamas work. All right, good. So the final Kriya that I want to start with, bring your hands up in a cactus position and take a moment and just go from side to side and make sure you're not going to hit anything. There's nothing in the environment that you could hit. And then you hold your arms wide. So the tendency will be for the elbows to sink and the hands to come in. I want you to go the opposite. And then also take your elbows back so you're exaggerating the shape and squeezing the shoulder blades together. Begin to move from side to side. And there's no particular breath control here. But for sure, while you're doing this, your arms are going to get tired. So you should expect that to happen and decide to keep going anyways. This is probably my favorite of the Spinal Kriyas because I feel like it really opens my lungs and it tends to adjust parts of my spine that may be a little bit compressed. I particularly love this one. Hands up, nice and wide, move as fast as you can, but no faster. So you decide what the appropriate speed is as to what's needed for today. Keep going, guys, don't give up. We're not doing super long, but I want you to keep your arms up and make effort even though I can't see you. Hands up, wide. Keep going. Keep trying to float yourself up as if somehow in this spinning motion, you kept rising up, bones are floating up for no reason at all, floating up, floating up, floating up. Excellent. And with the next inhale, arms over your head, hold the breath, squeeze Shakti up. And exhale, hands come down. So our third preparatory pranayama, go ahead and take your hands and make them like little tiger's claws. And you're going to inhale, fill the lungs, and wake it up. Inhale fully, hold the breath. Amazing. So take a moment and notice how you feel. So that was 7 minutes of practice. It's better than espresso, just that you can do this every morning to start your day. You're just like really alive. You're already warmed up. 7 minutes. It's a 7-minute practice. So it really, really works well. All right, let's get into some asana. Okay, guys, we're going to start with the core. Cross your ankles. I want you to notice if your knees are apart and bring them together. And then bring your feet in. Extend your arms. Excellent. Feet in and hold. Draw your belly in and up. Excellent, excellent. Cross your ankles the other way. Extend your arms. Just keep holding your knees in. Squeeze everything in. Squeeze the knees together, feet together. Squeeze everything in. Excellent. A few more breaths here. Hold the position, hold the position, hold the position. Good. Now take your elbows and hook them on your knees and begin to give yourself little squeezes. Squeezing knees in, side to side, side to side. And then you're going to hook your right elbow around your right knee and extend the left leg out. Now it can be close to the ground or high up, but keep the knee locked. Get a full extension. That's what's the most important, is that the leg is straight. And then next, if you want, you can bring both your arms totally parallel. Extend and hold. Hold the position. Hold the position. A few more breaths. Sit up. Core strong. Extend that left leg. Excellent. Now I want you to lower it down and lower your right foot on the ground. Extend. Take your hands behind. Get your chest upright. And if you can, come a little bit more forward. Bring the hands around the knee and begin to extend the spine. So we're taking a forward fold here. And you can see where your practice is. This foot, the heel is wider than the sits bones. Just a gentle forward fold. Keep trying to lift your chest up. One more cycle of breath. Inhale fully. And exhale. Sit back up. Hook both your elbows around your knees. Give yourself a few squeezes. And your left elbow hooks around the left knee. Right leg straightens, right arm straightens. Now, if you would like, you can bring them parallel. We have a lot of teachers in the group, guys. So what I'm doing here is I'm breaking up the core poses, which are hard for people, and mixing it up with a more thaw pose so you have a hamstring stretch. That's the sequencing premise. Keep extending your right leg, squeeze your belly, get strong, strong, strong. It doesn't matter if it's down here or up here, but squeeze it straight, lock the knee straight. You're amazing. Hold the position. Excellent, excellent. And slowly lowering your right foot down. So same thing, other side. Take your arms behind you. Lift up. This is first position, and the right foot is totally spreading the toes. It's active. Next position, you can bring your hands inside. And the thing I want you to work on here is that you're lifting the chest up and you're using your arms to create a good alignment. And of course, as low as you want to go. If you get to a certain point, if you want to grab the foot, you can. But because we're just kind of warming up, it's really nice to have this extended arm and it's up with the chest position. Excellent. Release. Cross your ankles. Pull them in. Knees together. Arms extend. And now we're going to play with this position. So next, extend the legs straight. Cross the other way. Squeeze it in. Extend the legs straight. Cross the other way. Now, if you would like, you can always have your hands behind for additional support. Straight. Cross the other way. Straight. Cross the other way. Straight. Cross. 2 more cycles. Straight. Cross. Straight. Cross. Excellent. So now, bring your feet down to the ground. And if it's comfortable for you, I like this transition. So what happens here is the shin presses actually into a liver point in your ankles. And so you roll forward and it's a little painful, but it's actually good. You can, of course, use a different transition. All right, so we're on all fours. Take your right hand, go ahead and turn the fingers back, and I'm going to offer some variations here. Start to move. This is the first thing. Now notice if your elbow is bent, and roll it in and back. Shine the eye of the elbow forward. Rock forward and back. Now if you want to begin wrist conditioning, see how my toes are turned under? Bring your feet together. Bring your knees together. Press your fingers into the mat. Tuck your tailbone just a little bit. See how I engage my core there? And then just pick up your knees and hold. Wrist conditioning. Just a little bit. And release. Excellent. Flip the right palm. Left goes back. Same thing. Check your rotation of your elbow. Roll it in and back. Spread the fingers. Press the fingernails into the mat. Move forward and back, stretching the wrist. But this wrist conditioning is an important principle because our wrists are very delicate. They tend to be small compared to the rest of the body, but we put a lot of weight on them. So it's important to make them conditioned. Turn your toes under, tuck, engage the core, pick the knees up, and hold. I really love this pose. Excellent. Lower down. Release. Now take both your fingers and bring the pinkies together, turn them back, lean back. So this is a back bend of the wrist joint. The other one was a forward fold of the wrist joint. If you're in the upcoming alignment training, you will learn a lot about that. So after a few times, let's play with it a bit. Turn your toes under and just pick up and play around with straightening your legs. It'll intensify the sensation in the wrists. But let's play with it. You can always step your feet apart. Excellent. Now, flip your hands and find yourself in downward dog. I will adjust the camera. Take your head all the way through. Excellent. If you would like to, if your hamstrings are tight, you can practice by stepping your feet off of the mat. Now find your right hand and go ahead and grab your right ankle and just hold. Keep pushing with the left. Try to extend as much as you can in the left shoulder. Pick up your toes. Excellent. Right hand comes forward. Now find your left and bring it to your left ankle. You can always bend your knees as needed. And keep pushing, extend, really waken up that right side. Palm is flat. Spread the fingers. Excellent. Bring your left hand down. And then when you're ready, begin to inhale forward to the top of your push-up. Okay, if your feet are wider than the mat, just step them in. And we're going to hold the top of the push-up. So let your head come forward, engage your core, and find your elbows. Bend them a little bit and roll them in. Get strong. And slowly, slowly, all the way down. Go ahead and point your toes. And take 3 cobra rolls up. Inhale up. Exhale. When you come down, hug your elbows in. Exaggerate this position of hugging the elbows in and squeezing the shoulder blades together. Press the palms flat. Inhale. Rise up. Hug your elbows in, melt back down. Just exaggerate that position. It's a nice increase in your range of mobility, if you can find that. Hug the elbows in, tuck your chin. Inhale up, press the palms flat. Excellent. Now we're going to transition to all fours, but I want you to find your core and see how I pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, and I get that round in the back. Excellent. Once you come onto all fours, begin to slide your arms forward and make sure you don't bend your elbows. Keep them totally straight. And then either you bring your forehead to the mat or your chest and your chin. Slide forward as needed. So if your shoulders are tight, you're going to slide forward even more. And keep reaching for your own greatness. Excellent. Shift forward. Bring your belly onto the mat and bring your elbows onto the mat. So we're going to do 5 repetitions of a core strengthening pose, which is very essential to yoga. So this is something you should add to your day-to-day life. And we're going to use the hand position where we interlace the fingers, tuck in the pinky, and parallel the thumb. Next, I want you to walk your elbows a little bit closer together. Good. And I hope you guys can see me. I'm wearing black clothes on a black mat. But basically, what you do is you start to lift up. You see how my hips come up, but my knees are on the ground. And the tendency will be for the hands to lift up. So you push them down and you drag yourself forward. And this is working with your lower abdominal, which is an area that a lot of times we're like, it's like spilling out, the organs spill out. And so this particular pose trains an ability in a lot of other asanas. Hold the position. Release. Excellent. Side to side, side to side. Side to side. Excellent. Second round, push your fist down, tuck, and lift. Hold. Find your fist, push them in traction forward. Engage your core, engage your core, engage your core. And release. Side to side, side to side. Good. And so we're going to play with it a little bit. We're going to play with it. We're going to make this pose asymmetrical now. Take your right hand and place it on the mat. Take your left hand out to the side. So finger stance. And then lift your hips up. And now really you can feel your bicep working. Engage your core. So same position in the core, different in the arms. Excellent. Lower down, melt down to the ground. That was 3. So we have a few more of this practice. Melt to the ground. Take your right arm into a 90-degree angle. Take your left one in line with the shoulders, with the fingers facing away, and roll onto your right side. Bend your knees up. And notice what's happening with your left shoulder, that you can put it in several different places. See if you can begin to draw the left shoulder on top of the right. Just see. Excellent toes. Release, rolling back to center. Bring both your elbows down to the mat. And now we're going to take that same pose, that core pose on the other side. So left hand comes down. Hug your left elbow. So see how I'm moving it towards center line? Hug it towards center line. Then take your right outside. And then tuck and lift. Push with that left palm and traction forward. You should feel that you're using your bicep muscle here. A hard muscle to isolate in yoga. This also works as a warm-up for the left arm, preparing us for the next pose for the yoga teachers in the class. And then lower down. So now this side is warmed up. Take that into a 90-degree angle, center of the shoulder joint, center of the elbow, center of the wrist. Make it nice. And then your right hand comes like this, roll onto your left side, bend your knees up, and then have a look with what's happening in your right shoulder. And see if you can try to stack it on top of the left. Regulate your breath. So I really love teaching classes which are hard and create a lot of opening in the body and also close to the mat. So we're not moving in all these different spaces, but you're getting a major change and improvement in your form with this particular sequence. Excellent. Release, roll onto your belly. Bring your elbows onto the mat. Okay, so now different hand position. And see how I kind of pull my hands wider than the elbows? That's an exaggerated form. Press your palms flat. Then lift your hips up, and we're going to move with it a bit. So engage the core and then begin to move. Drop the right hip down and then the left. 5 times. So you guys got this. This is 2, right hip down and the left. And 3, right hip down and then the left. 4, 4, and 5, right hip down and then the left. Ay, amazing. Drop your hips, melt into the ground. Go and move a little bit from side to side. And bring your hands down to your waist, point your toes and lift up. And then engage your core. So now you should feel really strong with this core and transition all the way back to your downward facing dog. Take your head through. When you're ready, pick up your right leg and take it all the way up towards the sky. And then find your left heel and begin to lift it up and down off the ground. Up and down off the ground. Excellent. Now, begin to draw your right knee first towards your nose. So see how as I transition, I round my back. Right knee goes towards the nose. And then I want you to take that right foot and place it across your body, close to the left hand, and begin to turn in space, lifting up. The right foot across the body. Excellent. Now it's a nice slow transition back. Pick the foot up and step back to your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, left leg lifts. Extend. And find your right heel and start lifting it up and down off the mat. Excellent. Start your transition. Begin to bring your left knee towards your nose. And then place the left foot close to the right hand. Begin to straighten and go ahead and flip, lifting up. Amazing. Excellent. And slowly, slowly transition back gracefully, making your way back to downward dog. All right, good. Now this next move, my sister told me she really hates, but she knows she needs to do it. So you might not like it either, but let's practice. So pick up your right foot, and you can bend either of your knees as you wish. Pick up your right hand into finger stands, and then just bring your toes to touch your wrist and take it back. Good. 4 more times. Toes touch the wrist and back. That's 2. Toes touch the wrist and 3. 2 more times, guys. Do your best. You can always bend this knee as needed. Toes touch the wrist. Just try. And last one. Toes touch the wrist. And then place that right foot outside the right hand. And begin to arrive in a nice long lunge position. Placing your hands underneath your shoulders. And you see how I'm rocking forward and back. So I come all the way forward, really stretching the toes. And then I sink back. I'm just playing with this lunge position. Good. Now find your left knee and really squeeze it straight. And then when you're ready, take your right hand first to the right knee. Twist. And then option to lift up. Keep extending. Stack, ankle and knee on top of each other, and reach up. Excellent. Lowering down, left knee comes to the ground. Your hands are inside that right foot. Please feel free to use blocks, so it's quite possible that here you would like blocks. These are arm extenders. Yeah, we love props in the style of yoga I teach. The whole world is your prop, so use it. Other option is to come down onto your elbows. We're going to be here for a little bit, so find one that's comfortable but not too comfortable because we want to create a change. Good. Just sinking down. You see how I sway a little bit? What I want to bring your attention to is what's happening in the right foot. I'm not like this. This is a bad habit. And it's not that it's inherently wrong, but the reason that most people are doing this is to avoid the areas of work. If you're in the upcoming alignment training, we're going to go into this really, really thoroughly because every pose is built from the ground up. So right here, I want you to find 4 corners of your feet. So one is in the base of the big toe, one is in the base of the pinky toe, and then in the heel. Find those and just let yourself sink your hips and move a little bit from side to side. And if you can, pick up your toes. Side to side. And you see we're staying here a bit longer than is normal. All right, my dears. Next, we're going to transition. So as I transition, I squeeze my belly. This helps me to control it. You don't see it, but it's a big part of it. And as I'm coming back, you're using blocks or any props. They're arm extenders. So place them underneath your hands. I'm going to show some variations. See that I pick up the toes, I spread them, and then you want to get an arch in your back. So one variation is here. Make sure your hips are not behind the knee. Slide it forward. And then, of course, next variation, hands come onto the ground. Then we can also walk the arms forward. Or if you practice full splits, you're welcome to go into it here. But if you don't feel warmed up, it's totally understandable. 2 more breaths. Excellent. Bend your right knee, shifting forward. Bring both hands inside the right foot. Pick up your right heel, straighten the left, hug the right knee in, pick up the foot, and step back. Take a moment, pedal your feet, and with your next inhale, rise forward. Inhale forward, shoulders past the wrists. Drop your hips down. Find this nice line, so nice long line, and then slowly begin bending your elbows. Engage your core. Levitating down, belly comes onto the mat. Point your toes. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, rising onto all fours. Let's take Anahatasana. Extend your arms, either forehead on the mat or chest and chin. Your choice. Slide forward so it's not child's pose. The hips are going forward, and reach with your arms. Press the arms straight and reach. Keep your fingers alive. Good. We're going to come out of it using the core. So begin to engage your core, tucking your tailbone, and use that as the initiation point to rising up. Plant your palms. Press back. Downward facing dog. All right. So we have that really fun transition practice. Pick up finger stands. Now you can bend your left knee as needed. Do your best, get as close to the hand as possible. Take your left toes and touch them to your left wrist. 1. Good. 2, shift forward. Excellent. 3, toes touch the wrist. 4. And last one, 5. Just do your best here, guys. And then set your left foot outside the left hand. Slide the right one back. So you see how I just lengthen the stance? Now, if you have a mat that's really grippy, the sliding is not quite as easy. But the general idea here, we're in a nice long stance and just play with it a little bit, coming all the way forward, all the way back. And you're trying to open this right hip as much as we're trying to flex and engage the muscles on the left. And when you're ready, plant your right hand, press and extend this whole line, and bring your left hand to the left knee. Start to twist. And then, of course, if you would like, you can take that left arm up, but keep pushing with the right heel. Extend. Delicious. And then when you're ready, lower your right knee onto the ground. And feel free to use blocks. As another pro tip, there's no benefit to knee pain here. So if you want to put something under your right knee, you can. As well, you can traction yourself forward. So you actually draw yourself forward, which will take the weight of the pose and put it above the kneecap as opposed to on it or below it. And then, of course, find a position that makes sense for you. And begin correcting your left foot. So with the left foot, have all 4 corners grounded and see if you can either pick up all 10 toes or leave the big toe down and pick up the other ones. Get in communication with this periphery, with the end of your body. You're finding your fingertips and your toe tips is a powerful way of meditation, of knowing the body. Like, can you find your fingertips and your toe tips and direct them and control that part of your body? I'm just telling you stories to keep you in the pose longer. Few more breaths. Let's really get some nice opening in the hips. Let's do the work. It's Saturday. Sunday is not off. Sunday we have lots of fun stuff. Excellent. And then begin to lift your hips up. Coming back and straightening the left leg. Now there's some options. If you are really flexible and you like to do full splits, you can go into it here. But keep in mind that we're not super warmed up. So you will have another option to do more intense splits. So either your hands are on the blocks or on the ground. But do you see that I have this arch in my back? So I want you to notice, where is your head? If you're not paying attention to your alignment, the pose really won't work for you. This yoga is very much about alignment. Arch. And so you have to notice, like, is this happening? Are you here? Because if you're there, if you want to get more open hamstrings, you actually have to correct the positioning of the torso. And of course, we have extended versions like this that you pick where your practice makes sense today. A few more breaths, my loves. Hollow the belly, keep your head up. Open your toes. The position of the head is very important in yoga. And position of your head, hands and feet basically create whatever's happening. Good. Shift forward, shift forward. Excellent. Walk your hands forward. Straighten your right leg, engage your core. So you see that I'm engaged. This whole thing is really engaged. It's not just lifting up. Then I pick up this heel and I hug in the knee, but my core is really engaged. And then I pick the foot up and step back. Excellent. Excellent. Let's take a vinyasa. Inhale, engage your core, round your back, slow, steady, precise, elegant, graceful movement. Drop your hips down. Begin to bend the elbows, bring your belly onto the mat, point your toes. Inhale, all the way up. And exhale, pick your hips up. Slide your arms forward. Anahatasana. So keep your arms nice and straight, and you can always come forward, come forward, come forward. Reach. And then engage your core to rise up and walk your hands in. And if you have blocks, if you have 2 blocks, that would be optimal. If you don't, of course, it's okay. But have them ready, because the next little sequence, we're going to have fun with blocks. Turn your toes under, press back, make your way into downward dog. Now I want you to step your left foot in between your hands and turn to the right. Let me adjust the camera. Turn to the right. Excellent, excellent. So here's some rules. If your hamstrings are tight, walk your feet a little wider. Okay? I recommend some blocks here as your arm extenders. And go ahead and play around with bending your knees and trying to create more of an arch in the spine. And ground the outside edge of your feet. Excellent, excellent. So once you have this, let's look at another variation of it. Where you begin to walk your blocks or your arms. Your hands can be on the ground, out in front. And now sink back your hips and drop your head through. So you're extending the line of the shoulders. This whole body gets drawn taut. Excellent. Keep dropping your chest through, drop your head through. Shake it out. Good. Now lift your head up, and if your hands are on the blocks, I want you to place them on the mat. And see how I changed the position of my spine? I just rounded my back.
Round your back and engage your core. Then begin to shift forward, pick up your heels, and start to feel that you're holding your body weight more on your arms. And you come onto the toe tips. Squeeze your belly, squeeze your belly, squeeze your belly. Excellent. Then drop back. And now for our next pose, you're going to turn your toes out slightly. See how I rotate them out. And sit down. So it's similar to a goddess squat, but we're not bringing the torso up. So you're just going to sit down. Now, if you want to have some fun, you have a block. Go ahead and grab it. Place your hands like this and extend. That makes it even more fun. Of course, you can skip this and just hold the position. But I want you guys to start moving from side to side. Move from side to side. It's a low squat. Pick up your toes, hold the position. Excellent. Place the blocks back down. Begin to straighten your legs. Now turn your toes in. So I change the rotation of my feet. My heels are wider than my toes. Excellent. Good. Now begin to fold forward. So walking your hands through the legs is an option. Another option is to grab the outside of the feet. And another option is to interlace the hands. You decide which variation. Slowly begin lifting up and bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Good. Now I want you to take your left hand to the center and take your right hand to your lower back and feel it, make it flat. So you don't want one hip lifting up or the other. Make it flat and then press with your left hand, engage your core and begin to twist. So see that I tucked my tail and then reach your right arm up. Extend up. Keep your toes lifting. Excellent. Slowly bring in the right hand and replace where the left hand was with the right hand. Next, take your left hand and bring it to your lower back. See that you can tuck, you can arch. I want you to tuck a little bit. Activate your feet and begin to twist, keeping your back totally straight. It'll want to pop up, it'll want to move. Keep it totally flat. Twist, and then when you're ready, lift the left hand up. This engagement here in the core limits the twist, but it keeps the alignment correct. So it's not about how far can you go. The real thing is, can you do it with correct alignment? Or do you contort your body? Contortionism, while it's fun and I love it as an art, it's not going to really heal most people. Contortionism is a different thing. What we're doing here in yoga is caring about alignment and trying to put things in their right position. Lower your left hand down. Good. Begin to shift forward. Place both your hands underneath your shoulders. Start to shift forward. Now you're going to round, engage, pick up your heels, and put your weight on your hands. Amazing. Sink back. Now, take your toes, rotate them out. We're coming into this low goddess squat. I'm actually a big fan of this pose. I want you to begin to move from side to side. And when I move from side to side, I take my torso all the way and I touch my armpit to the knee. And then the other side, stay low. If you want to make it harder, grab your elbows so you're not using your hands for support. If you want to make it easier, use your hands. Side to side, and keep trying to stay low, low, side to side, toes up. Excellent. Now, bring your hands to your knees and rise up into goddess squat. See how I walk my feet a little bit wider? You may want to do this, it depends on your alignment, but you want your ankles underneath your knees or slightly wider. And place your hands on your knees and let your shoulders go up by your ears. So it's kind of like a lazy goddess squat as opposed to a really active one. Let it be lazy for a moment. Move from side to side. Toes are up, but the rest of the pose is kind of lazy. Good. Excellent. Now straighten your legs, rising all the way up. Good. Bring your hands in front of your heart and lower down. Slow and steady. See if your hips below your knees. And up. 1. Lower down. We're doing 10. 2. Slow and steady. Don't hurry. The idea is to create grace in your movement. 3. Sink below the knees. All the way up. 4. Slow and steady. You guys are amazing. All the way up. Keep your toes up. 5. Sink, 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 sink. Awesome. 6. Nice and low. Toes up. 7. 8. Keep your toes up. Feet alive. Only 2 more. 9. And 10, all the way down, and bring your hands to your knees. Let's get lazy with it. Let your shoulders go up, lock your elbows, kind of drop or hang on the pose, still keeping your toes active and move from side to side. You guys are doing great. Excellent. Now, lift up. Bring your hands to the mat, rotate your feet in, and we're back in the wide leg forward fold. So begin to sink your hips back and walk your arms forward. Now your arms can be on blocks. As you wish, drop your head through. Open the chest. And then once you arrive here, begin to move from side to side. So feel that you're lifting your left hip up a little bit, and then your right. Shift from side to side. Keep extending your arms, hollowing your belly. Side to side. This works like a little inner massage, taking the head of your femur bone, and it's rolling across the hamstring muscle. So this is a really nice therapeutic practice, just side to side. It's like a massage from the inside. Excellent. Walk your hands in so they're underneath your shoulders, arch back. Rotate the left foot. And take your blocks, set them off to the side, step back into downward dog. Well done, my dears. Inhale, top of the push-up. Exhale, lower down. Point your toes. Inhale, rising up. And exhale, onto all fours. Go ahead and cross your ankles and sit back. Extend your legs forward. Good job, you guys. That was a really nice sequence for hip and hamstring opening, so your legs are nice and warmed up. So what we did from a sequencing perspective is we opened and we had external rotation. So one of the ways that we begin to create balance in the body is that we're going to take another direction of mobility in the hips. So take your left leg and cross it. So now we're doing femur bone crossing. Good. Your left leg crossed, take your hands behind you. Adjust this camera a little bit so you can see me. Good. So take your legs and hook the feet together a little bit so your feet are slightly active. Then take your hands behind you and get this upright position in the chest and begin to move forward. Now your idea here is to actually touch the belly to the thighs, not to round the back and get the head to the knees, but to touch the belly to the thighs. Just keep looking for that particular alignment, belly to the thighs. Now, if you're nice and low and you want to, reach forward and grab either the heel or the balls of the feet and extend, totally groovy. The main thing here is you want to just avoid over-rounding the back. We're going to stay here probably for like 4 more breaths. Like, enjoy the pose. Give yourself a minute here. You guys worked hard. Awesome. Now slowly rising up and see that your left knee is on top. Bend it and take it up. So now your left foot is at the calf. begin to lean back. Lean back, lean back, lean back. And now take your right hand with the thumb facing down and make contact with the left knee. Thumb is down and begin to push and rotate. Keep leaning back so you're in a backwards leaning spinal twist where you're using pushing force to move deeper. Twist. Excellent. Return back to center. Leave your left leg where it is. And now bend the right one up and underneath it. Good. Next, if you can, hook your feet together and then pick them up. If you can't, just pick them up. Extend your arms. So here we have again another femur bone crossing asana. And to really stabilize our hips, I want you to activate your inner thighs like falsely. That's not needed for the pose, but I want you to squeeze your inner thighs and notice what happens in the hip socket when you squeeze your inner thighs. Amazing. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze your belly. Squeeze your inner thighs, not your face. Excellent. Now straighten your right leg. Straighten your left. And lower down. Well done. Well done. All right. Other side. Other side. Let's take a little vinyasa in between. So bring your hands back. Fingers face forward. Bend your knees. Lift your hips up. Exhale. Straighten your legs. Squeeze your belly. Lift your hips up. And lower down. All right, so now left leg is on bottom, right is on top. And see if you can hook your feet together just so it's a little bit active. And so the tendency would be to just kind of and drop your head. What I want you guys to do is to find that upright spine position first and use that position to inform you on the pose. So push, lift everything up, arch the spine, hook your feet together. Excellent, excellent. Keep extending, extending, extending. And then of course, if you would like, you can grab your foot or the balls of the feet and use your arms to pull you deeper. But keep mindfulness, keep awareness on what's happening in the thoracic spine and the lumbar spine. Excellent. Lifting your head up. Your right leg is on top. So just go ahead and bend the knee. And now the right foot is where the calf is. Take your right hand behind, start leaning back. Extend your left one forward with the thumb facing down and make contact with that right leg. And I want you to use pushing force. So you're pushing the leg away and then walk that right arm back, push and twist. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now return back to center and bend that left leg up underneath the right. You have an option to cross the ankles if you can, and then take the arms forward and hold. Get strong, get strong. Now here I want you to find your inner thighs and over contract them, because feel what adjusts in the hips. Over contract, really squeeze, over contract, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. I'm going to extend the left leg, then right, lower down. All right, Vinyasa. Take your hands back behind you, fingers face forward, bend your knees, pick your hips up, press them towards the sky. And with the exhale, take your hips through your hands, straight legs, squeeze your belly. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Place your feet together in diamond pose. Diamond pose. Excellent. Now, when you come into diamond pose, we're going to start with a spinal kriya. So you have two options. You can hold your knees or you can hold your ankles.
I recommend the knees. It gives you more mobility when we lean back, but both are correct, so you decide. Hands on your knees. Push your feet together. And so when I push my feet together, I squeeze my belly and I lean back, tuck my chin. I stretch the fascia on the back body. Then with the inhale, I draw my elbows in. I look up, I lean forward, and I stretch the front body and the spine, of course. Exhale, lean back. Push your feet together, stretch the fascia. Inhale, arch, lean forward. Exhale, round. We're going to take 3 more of these guys. Lean back, stretch, stretch, stretch. Inhale, arch, elbows in. Exhale, round, round, round. Lean back. Inhale, arch, elbows in, chest up. And last round, exhale, round, lean back, stretch the fascia. Really go for it. Inhale, elbows in, arch. Awesome. So now we're going to take a little longer hold in this pose. You may want to get some blocks, either put your elbows on them or your chest or your forehead. And begin to lean forward. Begin to lean forward. So create some sort of support. One of the nice things to do is to rest your elbows on the blocks and catch your head. Because the head is like very heavy. And so if we're like here, if you're in this position and the head's like this, and you're doing a forward fold, the whole time the heavy head is pulling in a not useful way, in too intense of a way on the cervical spine and your back body. So one option, elbows on the blocks, hold your head, of course, as to your flexibility, your decision. Most flexible version, forehead goes underneath the heels. So you decide. And then begin to drop your weight and enjoy it. You worked hard for this pose. And what's happening here in this pose is it's similar to Baddha Konasana, which is bound angle pose, except that here we have a long line. So stay in the pose, guys. If you're watching this, I'll just demonstrate. This is Baddha Konasana. So in Baddha Konasana, you have more of a stretch on the inner thigh and the groin. And in diamond pose, which is a pose I really, really love, you're essentially addressing this outside part of the legs, which is oftentimes really kind of short and contracted. This outside part of the legs includes something known as the IT band. And if you happen to be a sporty person, we see that the IT band can be a little short, and there's a lot of fascia. And fascia is like this tissue that sits on the muscles. So if you want to know about fascia, send me an email and I'll send you some videos about it. So just request and I'll send you some more information if you're interested in the subject. Stay in the pose, guys. Another 3 or 4 breaths. Enjoy it. Or suffer it. Excellent. Slowly rising up. Press your legs straight and bring your feet together. So now I want you to see that you have this mobility. You can make your feet go all the way to the side, just like this, or you can turn them in and try to bring the arches. Yeah, so just see that you have this mobility. How far can you go? Good. So what we're going to do is we're going to play with that. Extend your left leg straight. Bring your right heel to touch. And then rotate. I want you to keep your right leg totally straight. Rotate the right foot out as much as you can. So you have this kind of funky position in the legs. Then take your hands behind. Press that right leg straight. It's going to want to bend. It's going to try to bend. It'll want to bend like this. Don't let it. Press it straight. Arch your back and create a forward fold. Check out where that goes. The common places are like one part, the outside part of the hamstring, IT band, and also in the hip socket. Just keep pressing. So it's a very active position. Rotate this. It's like the position in ballet where they turn the foot out. Find that. But now straighten your legs. Lock them. Squeeze them straight. Hold forward. Just notice where you feel it. A few more breaths. Oh, I love this. Wow. And it really wants to bend. The lower I go, that right knee really wants to bend. I'm going to keep it straight. I'm going to use my inner thighs, hold the leg straight, and then lean up. All right, amazing. So now, other direction, you're going to take your right foot, we're still on the right side, and you're going to turn it in and watch what I do. I pick up my left and I place it here. So I'm actually using the weight of the left on that foot. So the idea here is I'm trying to bring the arch to the ground. But because it's hard to maintain it with just the muscles, I'm using that left leg on top and dropping the foot down. Get your hands behind. You'll see that you probably can't go as low as you normally can. And we're not going to hold this super long. My right foot is a little bit active. Guys, these are some advanced variations I'm teaching today, so please be gentle with yourself. They are new. But I want you to notice what's happening in the hip socket. It's happening in the hip socket. So a lot of my work is this therapeutic yoga, and so we're targeting very specific stuff in the hip socket that's normally ignored. My right foot's a little active. I'm dropping the weight of the left on top of it and folding forward. Excellent. Release, release. Good. Little circles. You should try to keep it straight, Michelle. Michelle asked in the right knee, you try to keep it straight. It's better you come out of it less, because the moment you bend it, the force, we're trying to get this actual rotation force into the hip socket. I'm targeting the hip socket, so try to keep them straight. Of course, you know, if I was there, I would be able to tell you, you can bend a little bit, but it's not the idea. You should try to keep it straight. I wish I could see you. If I could see you, I would be able to tell you exactly where the force points are. All right, so other side. Now you're going to take your left leg. I want you to bring the heels together. And you see that my right foot goes up and the left one rotates out. Excellent. Now squeeze your knees straight. And you may even want to like artificially take your hands there to make sure. And you're going to need to use muscles. So my muscles are active in my legs. It's not passive. Squeeze it straight and take your hands behind you. And this is a therapeutic practice. So we're getting into that hip socket. And everyone's going to feel this in a little different place. But for me, it's like the outside of the calf, which is an area that I get some restriction. And then above the knee, a little bit in my IT band, and I definitely feel it in my hip. The thing you want to do with the torso, so the legs are active and the torso is lifting and upright, so don't let the back round. And keep squeezing your legs together. Be very active. You might have to squeeze and then it releases and you squeeze again. Stay very active and keep turning that left foot externally and keep that left leg totally straight. It's going to feel funky. This is not a common direction of mobility, but let's address it. I don't know if you guys can hear, but there's like police sirens all around my house. It's crazy here in the area I'm in Miami. I have no idea what's going on out there. I don't know if it's showing up, but wow, I'm keeping my inner zen. All right, good. So now we're gonna lift up and we're gonna go the other direction. This one's a little funky to get. So I take my left foot and I begin to turn it in. And the idea here is to get the arch down. And then I take the right leg, which is heavy, and I place it on the left foot. Now my left foot is a little bit active, okay? And I begin to drop that weight. And Michelle here, try to keep your legs straight, even if you're all the way back here, because if you notice, the moment you bend that left knee, it doesn't have the leverage, so we're actually leveraging into the hip socket. And we're working with some of the little micro range of mobility things. So this is that internal rotation. It's oftentimes totally ignored in yoga. Highly, highly valuable in therapeutic practice. Keep extending your chest forward. So when I get people that are like considering hip replacement, so they have these real issues, these are some of the poses. The other stuff I do is with sandbags. These are some of the seated poses where we start to create a useful space and we remove some of the compression that's happening in this major joint. There's a lot of pressure in life on your hip socket, and we don't have much education about it. So you have this like really major joint which your whole torso kind of rests on, and we don't know much about it. And so we need to create this health. So these weird poses are doing that. Hold the position, hold the position, hold the position. And release. Yikes. Little circles with the ankles. Wow. I don't know how that was for you guys, but
That's definitely some of my therapy. All right, we're going to take a classic vinyasa. So pick up your legs, cross your ankles, roll over your feet, plant the palms, turn toes under and push back. Downward dog. See how I come into it with the knees bent, head goes through, paddle the feet. Oh man, my hips feel good. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely am liking my legs. Inhale. So as I inhale, I engage my core first. I round my back. I've been training you guys in this particular kind of transition, which is really integrated. Now here, as I come forward, if I need to slide my feet back, I can, but my feet, the heels are pushing forward. And then we bend the elbows, slowly lowering down. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Bring your hands all the way down to the bottom of your waist. Point your toes and cobra roll up. Now let's work with the front of the hip. So here's a new thing I recommend. If you're a teacher, you add to your sequences. It's really lovely. Both my knees are on the ground, so drop your knees onto the ground. My shoulders are a little bit lazy. I'm not really like in the full thing, so let me be a little lazy. And then turn your right toes under like this. Can you see my right foot? Let me come forward more. Turn your right toe under, and then look, I straighten the right leg and I pick the whole leg off the ground. The left is on the ground, shoulders are lazy. My focus here is just to stretch the front of the right hip by straightening the right leg. And you can play with it, drop it down, be mobile. Just play with it, create some space there. Excellent. And then the other side, point your right, turn your left under, and straighten the left leg, and then begin to check it out. Excellent. Then go ahead, point. Now to transition onto all fours, start squeezing your belly. I'm making these transitions slow because that's how you get strong. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Bring your elbows down to the mat. Interlace your hands together. When you do that, you'll see if the pinky is kind of outside. I want you to tuck your pinky in and parallel your thumbs. Walk your elbows close, turn your toes under. Press, take your head through your arms. Excellent. Excellent. Keep looking for your belly. Push your hands down into the ground and open the armpits. And then with your next inhale, I want you to slowly, so we're moving very slow, shift forward and touch your chin to your thumbs and hold that position. Hold, 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 hold. And release. Take your head through your arms all the way through. Look for your belly. Good. Bring your knees down to the mat. Go ahead. We're going to sit back on our feet. I want you guys to see what I do when I sit on my feet because there's some confusion. So my heels, they come apart. My toes stay together. Okay. Some people think that they have to bring their heels together. That actually is not optimal for most bodies because the moment you bring your heels together, it starts to expose a certain part of your knee, the inside knee, and we actually don't want to put force there. So bring your knees together, let your heels fall apart and bring your big toes to touch, and we're going to stretch our ankles. Conditioning the ankles is super important. Right hand grabs the right knee and start to lean back. Now, if you want to make this a little fancier, you can place your left hand on your left knee and hug the knees together and try to make it elegant. So I'm pushing a little bit with the left hand and pulling with the right. Good, release. Same thing other side. Now your left hand grabs your left knee and push with the right, lean back. And you can make this nice. It's not a strong push, it's just I'm extending, and then square your shoulders and hug your knees towards center line. Excellent, release. I have some good news for you guys. We're going back into Dolphin Pose. Bring your elbows to the mat. Interlace your hands together, tuck in the pinky, parallel your thumbs. Walk your elbows. This is really important, guys. If you're doing it like this, do you see that my shoulders squish together? You don't want that. So walk them narrow, and it has the opposite effect. It creates an opening. So narrow elbows. You can exaggerate that. It's not a problem. Turn your toes under. Take your head through. Now, guys, you can step your feet wide here if your hamstrings are tight. I want you to push your fists down and open the shoulders. And then rib key, take your ribs in. Strong core. Ribs go in and back, rib key. I'm sure they're probably opening out. You've been working on your core. I want you to engage your core here, rib key. Ribs in. Everybody else too, but rib key and I are working on a specific thing. Push with your fists, ribs in. Open, take the opening into the shoulders. All right, slow and steady now, guys. You got this. Shift forward and bring your chin to touch your thumbs. Don't hurry. Hold, 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 hold the position. And then exhale. Ah, head goes all the way through. You're amazing. Push with your fists. Ribs go in, not out. In, tuck, not arch. Excellent. And then go ahead and bring your knees down to the mat. So from a sequencing perspective, what just happened is we warmed up the shoulders. Now, why do I say that? Because the next pose that we're going to do, we warmed up the shoulders and the neck. Is going to open the shoulders. So I want you to sit. You can sit cross-legged or any comfortable seated position, but this one's really nice. So this is it's like a martial arts seated position, and my knees are wide now, so they're not together. Open your knees wide. I'm sitting on my feet, and my heels are actually in the hamstring muscle. So I have a little bit of activation going on there. Good. Next, let me bring my camera up. Next, I want you to reach your right arm up. Now, reach it up, lock the elbow, and then see how I start to extend this right side body so it actually becomes curved. That is what I want you to do. Extend, extend, and then take your hand down your back. Your left hand grabs your right elbow. Do the same thing again. Extend, lift. See how I really, it's an extreme position. I'm opening that right side. I'm taking the elbow up. And I'm moving that elbow behind my head as much as you can. Once you have that, play with it a little bit, and then start to push back with your head. Push back with your head. If you're able to get your right fingers in your armpit, go ahead and you can release the left arm to the side, either palm up or palm down. And then to go a little bit further, you're continuously pushing back with your head. Continuously. The neck is not lazy. You can take the left arm down, and then I have finger stand on the left side, and I begin to open the side, but keep your head pushing back, pushing back, pushing back. Open the armpit, open the shoulder. Your fingers may feel tingly or numb. Don't worry. Blood will return, the nerves will become uncompressed, and we come out of the pose. Push back with your head. Excellent. Slowly release. Slowly release. And now it's circles with that right arm. 3 times, moving backward. Forward's okay, but backward is a little bit better for this. Excellent. Left side, so don't hurry getting into it because the setup actually is what allows the pose to work for you. So extend the left arm up straight, straight, straight. Reach up, side body, take your left hand behind, and then bring your right one to the elbow. Extend again, the same thing, open that whole left side, open, open, open. And then begin to push back with your head. Now it's possible that your left fingers go to your armpit. Keep pushing back, the neck is totally active the entire time. And then if you want, either hand out to the side, or you can lean. Now as I lean, I don't round, I arch, I push back because that is the movement that creates this opening. Don't give up, guys. Push back with the head no matter whatever variation you are in. Push back. This is a back bend and an extension of the left shoulder joint. So it's a bit of a combination asana, which we'll be covering thoroughly in the alignment training where you learn to build yoga poses. Remember, guys, what we teach here is Krama Vinyasa. It's a creative style.
So you not only learn all the classic poses, but you learn how to create new ones, which is awesome. Slowly rising up, unwind the position. Oh, excellent. 3 circles with the left arm going backwards is best. Oh, wow. I feel amazing. Bring your hands to the mat, turn your toes under, and just take a downward dog. Notice the space in your body. Pedal your feet. Good. And I want you to step your feet off of your mat so they're wider and walk back with your hands. Bend your knees and just hang. Hang the torso. If you would like, you can interlace your hands behind the neck and stretch your neck a little bit. But just hang. Just hang. And so if you're flexible, here's your advanced variation. You walk your feet closer together. Connection here, rib cage and femur bones. Hands go around the knees, and you catch your head. You just draw the head in, releasing the neck. And then you move from side to side, sliding the elbows lower on the legs. And slowly release. Go ahead and lower down goddess squat, sitting down on the mat. Okay, my loves, now we're heading into reclining. You guys have done great. This was a very good sequence for me. I hope your bodies feel amazing. Go ahead and lay down. Lay down. Now, following our theme with diamond pose, I want you guys to bring your feet together like this. Let your knees bend and take your hands and slide them down your legs, saying hello to your legs, to your ankles, and then interlace your hands around your feet. Excellent. I want to bring your attention to this line here, and this is 90 degrees, this is less than 90 degrees, and this is greater than 90 degrees. So I want you to work towards making the angle greater than 90 degrees. As you do this, begin to draw your feet over your head and let your sits bones pick up. Start to rock. Relax your back and your belly. Lengthen that angle as best you can. Your sits bones, your lower part of your body will come off the mat. You got this. A few more times. Excellent. Then find a good position where your butt is off the ground for sure. And find your right knee and begin to bring your right knee to the ground. So you're rolling to the right side. Control it though. Use your core strength. And then to the left. 2 more times. To the right. Keep the position taut so that you're also stretching. And then to the left. Control it using your core. To the right. And to the left. Excellent. Now slowly release. Bring your feet onto the mat. And I'm going to show you guys a self-adjustment technique. First, pull your heels as close to your sits bones as you can get them. Then, take the heel of your hand right here and place it at the hip crease and straighten your arms. Relax your belly. Push your hips away from you. And then do a little side to side. A little side to side. Good. Okay. Excellent. So now take your left foot and place it on the right knee. Now find your left foot and I want you to turn and bring the foot to the ground. Okay? So we're coming into a gentle spinal twist. Now if you want to have more fun with it, you can take your right hand and you can push into that left leg and then turn and look over your left side. So I'm pushing that leg away.
Excellent. Next, pick your legs up, leave the left foot on top of the right. Thread your hands through, grab the shin, not the hamstring, grab the shin if you can. Go ahead and pull your ankle in towards your chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. Excellent. Release, both feet come down. Then take your right foot and place it on the left knee. Next, bring your right foot to the ground. So we're coming into this twisting pose. And you want to make sure that your knees don't go away from you. You want them actually kind of up. You're looking for a 90-degree angle. Then take your left hand and make contact either at the hip joint or anywhere down that entire right leg is fine. You pick. And turn towards your right side. This is a spinal twist of the lumbar spine. It's one of my favorites because it decompresses an area that I feel like we don't get in many poses. But you have to have your knees at a 90-degree angle. They can't be further away. And this pushing force creates the decompression. Excellent. Now pick up your legs and then thread your arms through, grabbing the shin or the hamstring. But the shin is better if you're able to, because you get a little bit more ability to squeeze everything in. Hug your knees into your chest. You guys are amazing. What a beautiful practice today. Good. Then release, bring both your feet to the ground, and we're going to lift up into bridge pose. Now, if you practice full wheel, you want to do full wheel, go ahead and take full wheel. Otherwise, bridge, interlace the hands, walk the shoulders together, and push your hips up. Push your hips up. And slowly lowering down, release your body onto the ground. And begin to make your way towards final resting pose, Savasana. Well done. So begin to release your body, and if you have something to cover your eyes, that's really recommended. If you don't worry about it. And then as you're settling in, I invite you to do a body scan. Just make sure that nothing feels uncomfortable or that you have to address it somehow. So just notice if there's something you need to address, and then begin to let go of the body. So for the last hour and 15 minutes of your life, I've been asking you to take a lot of very specific actions. And now it's the opposite. I've been asking you to control things, to put your attention. Now I want you to leave it uncontrolled, which is sometimes harder. You know, we're oftentimes neither here nor there. We're like a little bit controlling, a little bit not controlling, and thus is the dance of life. So as yogis, as yoga practitioners, we want to begin to get control over our ability to control or to leave something uncontrolled. But find the center of your brain and begin unsqueezing like a sponge. Unsqueeze the brain. Allow this unsqueezing to move to the inner ears, to your nose, behind your eyes, the back of your neck, the back of your head, unsqueezing the entirety. And allow this to move into your throat, into your shoulder joint, elbows, wrists, all the way down to your fingertips, one long unsqueezing.
Unsqueezing the body. Bring this relaxation, this release of tension into the chest. Unsqueezing any tension in the heart and the lungs. Giving yourself permission to take up just a little bit more space. And then allow this to move into the belly, the hips, knees, ankles, all the way down your feet. Releasing the arches, toes. Unsqueeze your beautiful legs. And bring your attention 1,000 feet beneath you in the earth. Just release your body from there. As if you were letting go of a kite or letting go of a feather into the wind. Just letting go. And for the next little while, have the idea that the body can take care of the body. You can just drop worrying about it. And bring your attention towards anything that's playing out in your mind field. Any perceptions, thoughts, memories. Just for the next little bit, have the relationship towards those things that they're totally okay. You're totally fine with any thoughts. They're like clouds in a sky, feathers on the wind, leaves dropping from a tree into a running river. You just watch the thoughts be born, change, and dissolve into the next one. Just allowing that process to unfold as you witness it. And as you witness it, allow it to become more and more distant, as if you had the idea that just like the body, for the next little while, your mind can take care of your mind. And then allow you, the witness, the you that's you, to return to your native stillness, your all-knowing, always awake, always aware. In Tibetan, they call it Rigpa, the sky-like mind. Allow yourself to return to that. And just for the next little bit, feel the you, that is all-knowing, all aware, always awake, undying, never been born. Stay with that for a little bit, and I'll bring you out shortly. Returning to control of the body, lengthening your inhale. It goes all the way down to your feet, and toes. Inhaling. And then when you're ready, stretch your arms over your head and your knees into your chest. And give yourself a big squeeze. And then go ahead and rock up to a comfortable seated position. Excellent. Rest with your palms facing down on your knees. Lean back. Straighten the spine. And become absolutely still just for a moment because you can. And then with your next inhale, reaching your arms over your head. And with the exhale, bringing your hands in front of your heart, gesture of sharing with all sentient beings. Guys, namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for showing up on this Saturday. I hope that, that you enjoyed yourselves, and that your body feels amazing, and your mind feels calm and clear, and you remember how powerful you are. Thank you so much, Sarah. If you guys have any questions about any of the poses, let me know. I mentioned we have alignment training. If you're interested in learning just more about how poses are created, that starts next Friday. Brian, thank you. Yeah, you guys will get the recording soon. I'm going to post this on social media. So this recording, you feel free to share with your friends. These are open to the public. So I actually put them on YouTube. And you can share them with people. This is totally for everybody. It's free. It can go out. Give it to anybody. Thank you, Monica, Kiko, Michelle, Mika. Wow, Varinia, Ursula, Sarah, Yosef, Rivki, Fiorella, Brian, Barbara, Andrea Matuk. You are really good at showing up. I'm impressed. Danka, Ursula. Thank you guys so much. Share this. You'll get an email with it. Share it with all your friends. It's totally free. This is for the community. Send it out there. It's my gift. Let's improve the world. And we have some more free classes tomorrow. So it's all on my website under free classes on the homepage. If you need anything, write to me. I do my best to reply. Oh, we have 2 Gisellas. Wow, I love it. Gisella and Gisella. Guys, you're amazing. Have a beautiful rest of your day, whether it's the beginning or the end. I love you. Write to me if you need anything. Wisdom, Karen, yes. God, I can't wait to go back to Peru. I'm really suffering. All right, I love you guys. And I talk to you soon. Bye. Love you, Andrea.